All right. So today I wanted to walk you through a new feature that recently came out for Nintex RPA LE. And we'll get into that feature in a second, but in order to use that feature or see that feature, you do have to make sure you're on the most recent version. So for Nintex RPA Central, that is 3.2.0, so you'll see that version here. And then for Nintex Bot, you'll see the version is 17.19. Those are both available in Nintex Customer Central, and you can go in and download those and update your environments as well. So the feature that we're going to talk about today, if I go back to my dashboard over here, you'll see all my bot flows here. But you'll notice over here in the left-hand navigation here at the bottom, you'll see a new section here called Credentials. So this is our new Credentials vault for Nintex RPA LE. So if I open that up, what that allows me to do is save any credentials that I might want to use in the bot flows that I'm creating here with Nintex RPA LE. In the past, if I wanted to use credentials or if I needed to use credentials within a particular bot flow, you might be aware that I did have to go and create them here within inside the bot flow, and they're saved inside of each one of your bot flows. The advantage to having them here in the credentials vault is they're all managed in a centralized location. So that way, if I need to use this Salesforce login in any other bot flows that I have, I don't have to create that each time I'm doing the bot flow. And that way, if I ever need to edit that password or the username we're using to log into that system, I don't have to go to the 2 or 3 bot flows that are using that particular account to log in or those credentials to log in. I can edit them directly in the credentials vault, and that will update them in the bot flow as well. So again, I don't have to manage or edit multiple different versions or multiple different credentials in different bot flows. So the way this works, it's pretty simple. So once you get into your credentials vault, you can come in here and click on Create Credential. So I'm going to do that. And let's just say I want to create one for Google here. We'll just create a fake one here. Oops. We'll just create a fake one. Oops. Let's make that com. All right. And we'll put a password in here. And I got my password. And then I can just click Save. And now that credential vault, or that credential is now saved into my credentials vault here. And you'll see it does give us a created date, created by. If I go in and edit the password or the username in there or anything like that, it will give us a last edited and edited by. So you would be able to see that information as well if you want to know who had made any changes to those. You also can set permissions on these, so who can use them within their particular bot flows and make changes to them, things like that. So you can set that up here as well. So now, how do we use those? So it's pretty simple. So let me open up a login screen here for Salesforce. Now I'm going to use that Google one that I created, but I'll show you how it works. So basically I can come in here, I'll grab my target, drag that over to the username here, and you'll see I get the option to send or get a credential here. So in this case I want to send a credential, so I'm going to click on that. Now this will look very familiar to how the credential screen looked before. If I did have a credential saved in this particular bot flow, it would show up here. So I don't necessarily have to use the credentials vault if I don't want to, but I have that option. So you'll notice right up here at the top, you'll see there's a checkbox for Use Credential Vault here. And if I click that, you'll see it automatically populates here with one of the options there. It's just the first option. And then I can go through and select either one of the options that I have in my credential vault. Let's say I want to use this one. And then it's going to ask me what do I want to send to that particular field. And I'm going to select a username, and I'm just going to check that box for click before sending. And you'll see if I run that, it's going to pass the mark@mark.com into that username. So it pulled that out of the credentials vault, sent that over to our login screen here, and I could do the same thing with the password and pass that over as well, and it'll pull that information directly from the credentials vault. Again, we can take a look at that one more time. You'll notice if you want to use the credential you have saved in the credentials vault, you just select it here, make sure you click that checkbox, it'll give you the drop-down of the credentials that you have access to. If you don't have permissions to a particular credential, you won't see that in your drop-down here. But any of the credentials you have access to, you can use. And then you can use that to pass in your username or password here and pass that into your login screens. So again, very easy. I don't have to create a variable for credentials here in my bot flow to send that information over, save that in each one of my bot flows, and if I need to update it, I have to go to each one of the bot flows. Once I create it in the credential vault over here, it is available as long as I have permissions to it. It is available for me to use within any of the bot flows that I want to use, or that I want to create, or I need to log into something. I can create those credentials in here and use those. So again, very nice feature update to Nintex RPA LE. Again, just update that from Customer Central and make sure that you're on the latest version, which is 3.2.0 for RPA Central. And then for Nintex Bot 17.19, once you get that updated, you'll have the credential vault show up over here, and then you can go in and start to create your credentials and use those in your bot flows. Thanks very much. Any questions, let us know. Thank you.